Hello. Oh, I didn't realize it. Sorry. The heat is insane. This is book one for July 2020, and I'm reading an essay. It's a book of essays, and I'm reading an essay um, about boys called Boys to Men, Policing Black Boys. And let's get into it, or let's continue. We should not allow Tamir's physical features to obscure the role of implicit bias in the officer's perceptions. In a study on police perceptions of childhood innocence, researchers showed police officers a series of photographs of young white, black, and Latino males, advised them that the children in the photographs were accused of either a misdemeanor or a felony, and asked them to estimate the age of each child. While the officers overestimated the age of adolescents, black boys, black felony suspects by 5 years, they underestimated the age of adolescent white felony suspects by 1 year. Moreover, the older an officer thought a child was, the more culpable the officer perceived the child to be in his suspected crime. Further nuancing their study, researchers asked officers to take a dehumanizing implicit association test to determine the extent to which the officers associated black people with apes. This study found that more readily participants implicitly associated blacks with apes. The higher their culpability rating were for both black misdemeanor and black felony suspects. In a related experiment with university students, the same researchers found that study subjects perceived youth aged 0 to 9 as equally innocent regardless of race, but began to think of black children as significantly less innocent than other children at every age group thereafter. The perceived innocence of black children aged 10 to 13 was equivalent to that of non-black children 14 to 17, and the perceived innocence of black children 14 to 17 was equivalent to that of non-black adults aged 18 to 21. So what do these distorted perceptions mean for young black males? They mean that black boys are more likely to be treated as adults much earlier than other youth, and less likely than white boys to receive the benefit of special considerations of youth. In the context of policing, these perceptions mean that the black boys are more likely to be stopped and arrested for normal adolescent behavior, more likely to be harassed and assaulted for typical adolescent transgressions, and more likely to be perceived as culpable and deserving of punishment. Even if politicians no longer bandy about the term superpredator, the recent shootings of black males provide substantial evidence that the fear of black boys has not subsided since 1996. The number of black boys who have been shot by the police is staggering. Tamir Rice, 12, Stephon Watts, 15, Cedric Lamont Chapman, 17, Laquan McDonald, 17. Add to that the number of 18 and 19-year-olds who have been shot, and the count is unconscionable. These police are not even smart enough to realize when they're sitting down for these tests and they start showing you different racial people, they should just get up and say, I'm not taking the test. But here you go. Conditioning a generation of black men. Legal socialization and procedural justice. Tamir's story is significant not only for the tragic devaluing of life it conveys, but also for the message it sends to black boys. Adolescence is a critical time during which norms and values, including beliefs about law and legal institutions, are formed. It is a time when young people's initial impressions of the justice system are translated into conscious and subconscious expectations about how police will treat them and how they should respond. Negative attitudes about the police acquired during childhood and adolescence have a lasting effect on adults' opinions about police. Thus, youth's experience and perceptions of fairness and justice during adolescence may have a substantial impact on their risk of offending and of having dangerous and hostile encounters with the police as they transition to adults. Legal socialization is the process by which individuals come to understand and appreciate the law, the institutions that create those laws, and the people who enforce those laws. Effective legal socialization occurs when youth develop a healthy respect for legal authority and internalize the social norms that prohibit illegal behavior. Positive legal socialization is achieved over time by fair and procedurally just social interactions with legal authorities. When authorities enforce rules and make decisions in a way that is fair, people are more likely to support and cooperate with those authorities and ultimately to obey their rules. When I was young growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, we never thought we were going to live past um, 25. So, I mean, it really wouldn't have mattered. And we did not see the police in a good light because we saw the police. From my 10th floor window, I saw the police doing things that were amazing. I mean, amazing. All the stuff that you all see now, planting drugs, and I don't remember so much the shooting us, but planting drugs and arresting us and harassing us and all that stuff. I saw all of it. And police running drug spots was big in the 1980s and 90s. Police running drug spots and police protecting certain drug spots for cashola. Um, thank you for supporting me. Oh, I'm getting ready to start giving you more videos. I think I'm starting to notice again people slipping away from reality, and so I'm going to give um, little reality reports, and I'm going to start today, so you'll see one later. Um, until next time, I thank you for your support. Take care of your mind, take care of your body, and be safe.